So I was born in Hoboken in 1959. My father was an assistant to an assistant plumber. My mother was a crossing guard. It was a tough life. Small apartment. We had 11 brothers and sisters growing up there. But somehow we got by. Played a lot of games in the streets, you know, as most kids did. We had a lot of fun. Wiffle ball was my absolute favorite. I'll never forget, we used to cut the top of the wiffle ball bat off and wet some newspaper, jam it down in there, let it harden up. Thing was like cement. Gave you a little edge over the other kids, you know. But I'll never forget one time, I was messing around with the bat and the top flung off. Hit Jimmy One Sock right in the head. You should have seen it, it was hilarious. We called him Jimmy One Sock because he only wore one sock all the time. Nobody knows why. Yeah, there were some good times, you know. But anyway, I was running down the street one day with my wiffle ball bat. After I hit Jimmy One Sock, top flew off. I was hiding from him in an alley and some pennies fell out of my pocket. And I picked them up, I put them in the bat. I don't know why I did that, but it just seemed natural. And that sound it made, that sweet sound of the rain, it lulled me into submission. I'll never forget it. It was an awakening, it really was. And I played all over the place. Played New York City, played over at the Blue Note, great little spot. Used to play out in Washington Square, anybody who was willing to jam, you know. I was never one of those stuck-up musicians. I just believe you could learn from anybody, you know. Some of my fondest memories, though, down at the 500 Club in Atlantic City. Well, that was something else. Dean Martin, Sammy Davis. Yeah, I had a run with them for a while. Yeah, I did a stint back in London when I was young. I don't know if you know this, but the Rainstick was an integral part of the early punk scene, I'm telling you. You'd be surprised, a lot of people don't know that, but it's true.
Hello, my name's Nigel Gutter. I'm the ex-singer of the Jellied Eels, a famous East London punk band. We used to tour all the UK, big friends with Charlie Harper and the UK Subs, and now we've disbanded, but I'm still in the scene a bit.
I was in a band called the Jellied Eels. You ever heard of them?
I remember this geezer, he kept nagging me, wanting to join the band. He had this bloody rain stick. Who wants a rain stick in a punk band? Anyway, he kept pulling on me trousers, so in there and I said, here, look, we don't have a rain stick, it's me singing, Jezza on the guitar, Fat Boy on the bass, that's it. And then I was in the ship in Wardorf Street, and again he's on me case. So I give it to him this time and give him a bit of a dig and never see the geezer again.
We were fantastic, we played everywhere. Played the Marquee, Dingwalls, all the big clubs at the time. Roundhouse. I know you're a little bit young, probably don't remember that, but I'll tell you, I was there and it was beautiful.
I must say, quite categorically, this fella was never in the bloody Jellied Eels, despite what he says. It's an alternative fact, I'm afraid.
Yeah, and I did a lot of studio work too. A lot of good stuff over at the Brill Building, you know. Great guys, you know, worked with Sinatra, Nelson Riddle. A lot of big names back then were hanging around there, you know. It was a great music scene, great time for the Rainstick. And back in the 70s, I did my first and only really solo LP album, just me and the Rainstick. It was called Who'll Start the Rain. Didn't do too well, in sales anyway, but really changed the way people looked at the Rainstick.
Yeah, this guy walks in and he's working on a solo project, a Rainstick solo project. I think it was called Swingin' in the Rain. I'm not even sure what the title was, man. It's a long time ago. He had just one thing that I remember. One rotation of his Rainstick took him 6 hours. 6 hours, one rotation of the Rainstick. This guy was incredible. You remember that, Eddie?
Yeah, hard to forget.
Would you like me to demonstrate some of my techniques that I've come up with?
Sure.
So these are some of the early disciplines that I've developed. Storm. Sleet. Drizzle. Mist. Are you getting this? Hey, did I mention that I played on Pet Sounds?